Radical.
Viewer discretion is advised.
Welcome to Radical Rapid Fire Comment Response of the Week for November the 30th through December the 6th. Starting out, we got Haddington Rose. Just because you... It's fucking 2:30 a.m. Who is that? I mean, sometimes I get booty calls, but it's still pretty late. Hampton Rose, just because you mentioned it recently, Joel talks about his almost selling his collection here. TLDW, a guy in Sweden is starting a museum and was going to pay Joel enough that he could retire for his collection, but he still didn't sell it. I would have. Maybe keep the current stuff in my faves, but dump the rest. Then again, I'm not passionate about video games. They're just time wasters to me. Well, two things. I saw that video. I went to that video. Okay, I didn't see the video. I didn't get time to watch it. Hey, I got limited time here. And I checked the comment section, and a lot of people were worried that he might sell his game collection off. Other people were like, we really don't mind if he sells off his collection. If he gets a lot for it, we still will stick around. But I think he knows a large section of his audience would probably leave his channel and maybe even unsubscribe if he gets rid of his game collection. I mean, the thing is, if you build up a game collection and that's kind of your thing, and it was kind of his thing, I'm not saying he couldn't do other things, but he's known specifically for the game collection. So it wouldn't be the end of The Last Gamer, because he might still do story mode and stuff like that. But yeah, it would. A lot of people wouldn't be interested in his channel anymore. And one person brought up to me like, hey, so if he's gotten donated games and stuff in the past before, then how do those people feel if he sells off his collection? Maybe those people were thinking he would have his collection till the day he died. And that's not going to be the case. At some point, all these collectors are going to sell off their collections. Probably sell it off, really not pass it down. I think most all of them will sell it off. And the second thing you say is they're just time wasters to me. Well, Haddington Rose, isn't everything on Earth a time waster? Think about that. Warehouse Dave. Con men trolling with retro game prices controlling... Okay, I'm going to try to say this 5 times fast. Let's see if I can do it. Con men trolling with retro game price controlling, but Rick keeps the comments rolling. Con men trolling when retro game price controlling, but Rick keeps the comments rolling. Con men trolling with retro game price controlling, but Rick keeps the comments rolling. Con men trolling with retro game price controlling, but Rick keeps the... God, fuck, shit, Bob Saget. Sorry, I don't know what happened there. Red Strass 97. If you are toxic because you swear, then AVGN has got to be the most toxic gaming YouTuber of all. Hey, that's not how it works, Red Strass 97. It's not how it works. Okay? Some of these YouTubers will come to my channel and they'll call me toxic. Because, well, I sometimes curse when I'm talking about them and their e-begging. But if you're talking about and criticizing old LGN games, NES games, that's perfectly fine, though. Even though people made those games. People still alive created those games. But hey, it's okay to curse about LGN games. Just not e-begging YouTubers. Bellstar. Old CDI stuff is quite common in my region. It was really strange platform. It was not really marketed as a gaming platform. I find a lot of discs for it with interactive slideshows and other things. Yeah, it's not a dedicated game console. That's why it's kind of like a joke. Say what you will about something like the Virtual Boy, by Nintendo. At least all those were games, like actual games. There's some stuff on the CDI and I think like the 3DO, was it Plumbers Wear Ties and stuff like that really couldn't be classified as games. I'm not saying there's not, good games on the 3DO especially, and maybe a couple on the CDI, but yeah, CDI, I mean, it's not really, I don't have one. Leave it in the comment section down below. What are the best CDI games? And is it worth picking up a CDI, for anything more than a nickel? SirbBot42. It got deleted because it erased his memory Piranha Plant style. Talk about Dreamcast guy and that upload. That's pretty funny. I laughed earlier. That's pretty funny. Billy Sosa. I never got the appeal of Dreamcast guy. I'm sorry, I just don't get it. What's the appeal of any of them? Most are just boring people with a game collection. I alluded to earlier. I mean, well, let's be honest here. I mean, is Joel the Last Gamer the most fascinating person on Earth? I don't know. I'm just saying. You take away the game collection and you really think about it. Well, what's left in a lot of cases as far as entertainment value. But you never know. Hey, some of these people, they might be really entertaining people. Maybe the game collection might be holding some of these people back. Maybe they're very talented singers, songwriters, artists, things like that. Who knows? But in most cases, yeah, it's just the game collection. That's all people care about. Arioka. Genovi has a really good YouTube gaming channel, always showing something interesting and thorough. I think I might have visited that channel in 2019. I don't have any memories of it, so I will check that out. Hey, Genovi, if you're still around, come by and say hello. I'll check your channel out. Jordan Swoford. Only real issue I have with the comment is how he's just accepting that open worlds are buggy and glitchy. With the amount of time they've worked on this thing, I think it would be the most polished game ever made. I guess my other assumption was right that they're just incompetent. I can't remember the comment you're referring to. There was someone that left a comment. It was about this new game, Cyberpunk 2077, and I'm not saying anything about it. I can't say anything about it. Anything that I've heard, I'm not, because it's technically a YouTube video. I can't say anything about it. You referred to Skyrim? I think it was comparing it to Skyrim, how Skyrim was a great game, and people talk about Skyrim a lot, and how everyone loved that, even though it was full of glitches. I think some games, they get by with it. Some games, they're just so good, they're allowed to have imperfection. And in the same way, some people are allowed to have imperfections. Let's say, like, if they're really hot, some of you know what I'm talking about. Maybe, you date a girl because she's really hot, but, she's a bitch maybe, or she has, terrible BO, or she doesn't shave regularly, maybe she has I don't know. I'm just saying, sometimes you let things slide, you let things pass because the game is really good or the person is really hot. Altered Penguin. I've been waiting for this ever since I saw that Dreamcast guy deleted his Cyberpunk unboxing video. You said you were waiting for my upload. Well, sometimes a lot of you just have to wait because you think about it, and there's a lot of different things that go on and happen that I don't have time to really talk about. And a lot of things that I sometimes say, oh, I promise I'll get to that, and then a couple years go by and I'm like, shit, I never uploaded that. I know there's one person still waiting for me to do like a Chris Rock impersonation of that time he goes to get some ribs. Someone's still waiting for that, and maybe I'll get around to some of these things. I need to quit promising things that I clearly can't deliver. But as far as the Dreamcast stuff, I think I pretty much made people happy with my uploads there. So there's that. Gray Fox. Just like Hancock, when Sega didn't send him a free Genesis without even playing it, states, I heard there's issues with the sound and I don't recommend it. Salty. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Many cases to where YouTubers get used to all the freebies. What happens when you pull those freebies away? It's all about the influence there. Both ways. I just say don't be influenced. Don't be influenced. Don't accept the freebies. Don't accept the free codes. Then you won't have to worry about, being salty and saying shit about it when you don't get it. I think there's no comparison between, though, I think Angry Centaur Gaming and John Hancock as far as like legitimacy. Yeah, I know John's probably going to be salty about some shit that, he didn't get. But I can't remember that instance. Is there a video you can link me to, Gray Fox? Tutorials website. I do buy some LRG releases, like having physical copies of my games as a collector, so I will buy the good games I want. Thing is, I want to crack those bitches open and play them, but still you can't find pre-opened open copies of them. because the vast majority of people buying them just leave the damn thing sealed, hoping they should win value. So if I go out looking for a physical copy of Celeste, it's $120 plus or bust. It's such a pain in the ass. I was watching an anime called Goblin Slayer, and I was just thinking about medieval times and how it would be so silly if you try to sell people on the concept of maybe a collectible. Like, this is a very important collectible. And then people go like, so what do you use it for? Well, you buy it and you put it on your shelf. And then what? Well, you wait for it to accrue in value. Like, it would be hard to sell people like as a good and everything. And I look over at my Travis Scott Reese Puff box, and I don't know what I'm really going to be able to get back from that. And I'm like, okay, why did I buy this? The cereal's already past its date, so I can't eat the cereal because, it's a collector's item. But I just stared at it every day. And Travis Scott has stared at me every day. I just feel like that wasn't a good investment of $4, Lucas K, Dreamcast guy, just faked his Cyberpunk 2077 early review and privated the video after he got caught. Lulz. This is, I think, the comment that started me down that path and kind of led me to that. Weird how that works, right? I wouldn't have probably even known about it or followed it if it wasn't for maybe Lucas K, right? So that's just interesting. People think, well, Rick, he keeps tabs on all these YouTubers. Like, no, I really don't. Sometimes it's just like someone leaves a comment and then I follow the little bread trail. The Forgotten Dumpling. Love this channel. Well, I love your name there. The Forgotten Dumpling. That's nice. Yeah, nothing wrong with that name. Carlo Mo. And I like dumplings. I'll just add to that. Okay? I don't know if that influences my decision, but okay, I like dumplings, right? Do you all like dumplings? Dumplings are great with potatoes. He could play Wii Fit. Oh no, wait, I forgot. He just has the ugly regular American version. He doesn't have the collector's edition imported from Japan. Let's all go donate. Wait. There's a different version of that? It's an imported from Japan version? Wow. Even I want that right now, He doesn't deserve it. I want to get fit. Well, I'm already actually fit. So, yeah, he could use it. He could get fit. But I think probably he just used that for the video. I don't know if he's actually dedicated to getting fit, but maybe Metal Jesus should watch my video on the power of potatoes. Grappling with gaming. Sting is 61. They reckon they've signed him to a big multi-year deal. I'd have thought maybe bring him in for some special appearances, but just seems to more money down the toilet. He's wanted to retire, but money marks keep giving him a check. Well, I think there is some value in Sting. I think there is. As a wrestler, I don't even know if it's cleared to really wrestle. But as far as being a manager, angles, the man still, he's going to have a lot of charisma. But just like name value alone, it helps to have name value alone to bring credibility to your promotion, right? You telling me WWE wouldn't bring Sting back if they could? Right? There's still a lot of value in Sting. There's still a lot of value there. So it just depends on how they use him. And from everything I've heard, I think they have money to burn. They got money to burn, so yeah. And we have a situation where WWE, even though they're still the king, the ratings are not that great for WWE. So maybe, if anything, this is... could this spark a new kind of war? I don't know. AEW, maybe go back to Mondays? That would be exciting. It would be. And what both of these promotions don't really understand is a war, the Monday Night Wars were really great for viewership because a lot of people got excited. But yeah, so that'd be nice to have the Monday Night Wars again in wrestling. Patrice Bryant. To me, age is nothing. These guys like Sting and Tyson have been through a lot, so I feel that they are ready for another round of fun and entertainment. It's exciting to see the older people come back because it reminds us that yes, some of us get better, or at least are willing to not throw in the towel. Just because age happens, who cares? Not a big fan of anyone particularly, but I'm very happy to see that life isn't just for the youth. Yeah, I mean, if they want to come back and do their thing, if they're able to come back and do their thing, even if it's exhibitions, who's to tell them no? I mean, if they embarrass themselves, then yeah, that's a different thing, because then I think people can say, you know what, we don't really want to see that. But a lot of people, they made a lot of money on that fight. Even though it was an exhibition, a lot of people wanted to see that. Now we got freaking an exhibition fight right after that for Floyd Mayweather and Logan Paul. And I've seen Logan Paul. Logan Paul is in great shape, especially for a YouTuber. That's amazing shape for a YouTuber. And he's bigger than Floyd Mayweather. Yeah. It's a good thing it's an exhibition. It's a good thing it's an exhibition. I think Floyd Mayweather is going to go very light and easy and gingerly on him, because we're talking about Floyd Mayweather and we're talking about a boxing YouTuber. I'm sorry. I don't know. Unless Logan gets incredibly lucky, and it's an exhibition too, so it's not even a real fight. So I don't know. What's the interest there? This is just going to start a trend of like people coming back to, not play fight, but not really seriously fight. I just don't get exhibition fights. I don't get it. People paying big money to see exhibitions. Okay, I mean, if it's not real, it's, you know what I'm saying? Like, how do you feel about it? It's not fake fighting because they're still fighting, but if you're not giving your all, then what is it, really? Arioka. Poor Angry Centaur Gaming, the e-bagger who has Patreon memberships up to $300 per month and currently has almost 1,500 simps giving him money, yet he can't be bothered to buy a $60 game with their money to do a review for them. Bingo. Right here. Right here. Who the fuck gets salty over $60 when they have 1,500 patrons? Okay? Just put that into fucking perspective. Minimum he's making $3,000 in eBeg donations each fucking month. Okay? Just that alone. Let that sink in. And this motherfucker is considering not reviewing one of the biggest games of the year. So it's almost like he's bitch slapping all those people that are donating money to him because, I don't know, maybe they expect and they're paying him to review a fucking video game. They say it's their job. It's their job. Reviewing games is my job. Well, you're pretty fucking terrible at your goddamn job if you're making that much money and you're sitting on your ass. Maybe he has a job. Okay. Hey, I don't know. Maybe this guy has a job. But if he doesn't have a job, then what the fuck? You have nothing but free time to review a video game. Oh, lordy, you have to go to the store and fucking buy it. Well, he said he pre-ordered it, so either way, he gets it on release. Unless he's lying about pre-ordering it. I just don't know. What is the problem here? Anonymous 91. Yeah, I saw his post and I was wondering what your take on it was. I actually unsubscribed from the guy. It's another example of entitlement in his shitty ass community. Anyone could tell that he was upset because if he wanted to cover the game, he was going to have to buy it like the rest of us. It's not like he can buy the game and review it for us, for his fans. He's not that used to buying games. Well, I've been told by his community that he buys all the games. He pre-orders all the games. And apparently he gives them to his fans as gifts. I can't verify this. Neither can I verify that he has all the games. I can't verify it because I don't see him with pictures of the games when he buys them or some other way to verify. I will say this, though. If he is gifting the games that he gets each month to his audience, he's still pulling in $3,000 at the very least from his audience, So it's really not that fucking impressive. It's kind of like you're giving them their money back through some video games. Okay, what he really needs to do, Anonymous 91, is to be transparent. Okay, and this is still the challenge out there. Hello, Angry Centaur Gaming. How about you make your Patreon money transparent and reveal how much you're making to your audience on Patreon. Okay, how about doing that? Is that so difficult, Mr. Transparency? Grappling with gaming. You work your fingers to the bone, and you didn't get a code? YouTube ain't all fun and games. It's blood, sweat, and tears, damn it. I know it's fucked up. That is fucked up. This man did not get a code. He did not get a code. How dare them not give him a code? Don't they know who Angry Centaur Gaming is? You know, don't they respect that person to give him a fucking code? What is the problem here? YouTubers having to pay for their own shit? Or, you know, well, if he gets the game, having to pay for a code? No, they should be entitled to it. They should be entitled. He says no one is entitled to that. But he edited that post. Weirdly, he did edit that post, right? So, I don't know. I know I'm going a little rough on him. He's not the worst. Hey, he's far from the worst. I'm just, you know, I don't know. It's just that Patreon, you know. I can't get past the fucking Patreon and the $300 tier, right? Spartacus 93NL, is it me or his PS5 and Xbox Series X not connected? If you look at his latest video in the background on the right. Uh-oh, Spartacus. I can't recall who you're talking about. Is it Metal Jesus, Dreamcast Guy, or Angry Centaur Gaming? If you know the answer to this, leave it in the comment section down below. Anonymous91, wasn't there a rumor floating around of Dreamcast Guy never owning a Dreamcast? I mean, this guy lies so much that it's hard to believe anything coming from him. Bowlesy G says, don't know if I ever have one, but have heard of that, but he has a lot of DC games, but only disc in some CD bag. He said that he left cases because he was leaving that apartment. To me, that doesn't look like a lie, at least not like his other lies. I doubt he would buy a bunch of CDs only to show that he is indeed a DC fan. Maybe he used to be a fan of Dreamcast, but then PS2, Xbox came and bye-bye Sega. I think that is truthful. I think he actually has had a Dreamcast. I don't think even him would name himself Dreamcast Guy without ever having a Dreamcast. I will say he doesn't talk about it a whole lot, doesn't mention it a whole lot, and that's probably because maybe, I don't know, it hasn't existed in 20 years retail-wise, but that's his name, though. It's his name. And I heard a story that he was homeless, and that was one of his only possessions that he had. Of course, he actually is still saying that he sleeps on the floor, which is weird because he has money to buy a game from Scalpers or, you know, however he got it. Oh, yeah, he got it early. It's weird. But one thing you can be sure of is he lies a lot. I just don't know if the Dreamcast thing is a lie. I don't think that's a lie. Eddie from Texas. So the moral of my story is if he keeps producing incomplete shit and wanting top dollar, I'm out. I will never buy digital and can wait 3 months, 6 months, or 9 months, a year to get a game for a fantastic price compared to a day one price. Laugh out loud. Yeah, it's the case. You know, just wait. Play the waiting game, you know? I mean, I don't have to be first. Like, I don't have to be first to, get Cyberpunk 2077. You know, I might get it towards the middle of next year, you know, pay 30 or 40 bucks or something like that. I look at it this way. You know, that's money that I have saved, and I get to reinvest that money into some other games if I want to. You know, everyone just needs to get the game and get through it real quick, you know, and then flaunt everybody that they beat it. I'm like, I don't know, you don't need to, right? The only game you really need in life is Shadow of Mordor, right? It's all you really need. I don't see why people get so excited about other games. AT&T 220 loved WWF/WCW in 1998 to 2001, and I'm getting those vibes from AEW. Seeing as WWE is basically a kid-friendly trash, I may start watching AEW. Yeah, you don't see any blood, and I'm not saying that I'm bloodthirsty, but occasionally in a blood feud, you gotta, a little bit of red might make it seem a little bit more legitimate. You know, you don't see the puppies. The puppies. The puppies. You don't see the puppies anymore. You know, you just think about moments in wrestling that are far behind us. You know, there's no attitude. There's no ruthless aggression. it just keeps getting sillier and goofier. And what turned me off was all the fucking puppets. Oh my gosh, the puppets, man. You know, I never thought there'd be a time in wrestling where wrestlers would have fucking puppets. You know, I just don't. I mean, and you know, the Fiend mask, that's pretty interesting. That's pretty cool. You know, and there's some bright spots, and I like some of the wrestlers, but they would just need to overhaul the writing completely and put someone else in charge of the creative for me to really get back into WWE. Nacho Man 64. I came for the Dreamcast guy impression, but it was not. Nacho Man, I don't want to hear anything from you ever again about the Dreamcast guy impression, because there was a video made specifically for you. Okay? I was thinking about you, you know, when the Dreamcast guy thing, right? You remember that? Okay? So I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it no more. Blade Brown. I think RGT85 needs to take some of that sweet Patreon cheddar to hire Sting to come to his house and to do his intro. Oh my God, it's Sting! Oh my God, it's Sting! Oh my God, it's Sting! See, that sound that makes, you know, makes a little more sense, right? Because really, at the end of the day, who gives a fuck about Stevie Richards? You know, unless Stevie Richards stopped by the channel and be like, hey, oh, I'm sorry, Stevie Richard. Actually, I'd still be like, who gives a fuck about you, Stevie? I had a problem. I lost the comment and I had to fill in space. Sorry about that. Xbox Gamer 3389. I was watching some of his game pickup vids with Metal Jesus. It's really sad if he got kicked out over the GameStop cross-dresser. Ma'am! Out of the reasons it's the dumbest, Metal Jesus comes off as an idiot like he collects games and knows very little about most of them. Reggie sometimes tells him more about a game he bought that he didn't know before buying it. But Reggie seems like a good guy, and I wish him the best and a lot of success. Well, for him to get success, here's what he has to do. Okay? Tone down his game collecting addiction if he wants, you know, success. Unless you consider success drinking expired soda, sleeping on the floor, yet having 3 or 4 copies of a rare game. You know, so if you want to help Reggie, if you really want to help Reggie, maybe stop by his channel and, you know, tell him to cut back on the collecting a little bit and to take care of himself. Scar Nam. The thing I noticed is that when a video gets demonetized, YouTubers act like babies. Oh, boo-hoo, YouTube did this. But you guys can support my hobby with Patreon with early videos, tier 3 simps, and etc. like I bought this new PC. While the people, they could really use the money like charity, but now let's support someone like Angry Joe, who became an ass in a few years. Yeah, Angry Joe, RGT85 over the Mortal Kombat 11 thing, you know. It's so disingenuous. It's so fake when you see these motherfuckers, you know, bitching and crying and moaning about a video getting demonetized. You know, like it's a big deal that their little hobby video got demonetized on YouTube. Just upload another one. Okay, what they do is it's not that fucking difficult. Alright, talking about video games and then YouTube demonetizes it for whatever reason. Just upload again. Okay? Okay, what the fuck? Just upload again. Quit crying about it. It's not that big of a deal. Red Stratus 97. Could never beat Adventure Island. Farthest I ever got was World 4-3. Now it... Shit! Sorry, I dropped my phone. Is this even the right side with the mic in it? Hopefully it is. Red Stratus 97, we'll try this again. Could never beat Adventure Island. Farthest I ever got was World 4-3. That's a challenge to me. I don't know if I beat Adventure Island. I think I might have. But I'm going to see if I can take that challenge and get past World 4-3. I did at one point years back. I had a speed run on Adventure Island. Just the first level. Okay? It was pretty fast. You know, I got on that skateboard and I jumped over them rocks. Oh, I was a rock jumping champ. Patrice Bryant. Excellent. So very true. Who cares really how big your collection is? It's what you do with it, right? Laugh out loud. And my goodness, I hope he buys himself a bed for Christmas. Yes. I see what you did there. It's not how big it is, it's what you do with it. You know, that's what some guys tell the ladies, you know. There's limits, right? Okay, there's limits. You know, I mean, it just depends on different things, you know. I'm not going to get into that. A lot of you want me to talk about that kind of stuff, but I'm just going to recognize, Patrice Bryant, that I saw what you did there. Red Strass 97. Most people won't listen, but there's a few that do, and those are the ones that we're helping. Keep it up, Rick. Well, thank you, Red Strass 97. You know what helps me keep it up? Hannah Ferguson. There's this video on Sports Illustrated Swimsuit, the YouTube channel. It's kind of weird. She's basically nude. And, yeah. Just look up Hannah Ferguson, bears all in body paint shoot. Yes, if you're a fellow, yeah, you know, it's just, it's amazing. It's an amazing video. I'm just saying that, right? Wow. The things that they allow on YouTube, if it's a big channel like Sports Illustrated, is all I'm saying. Remember the great sports. Man, the first game of Dead Island I loved, but then it glitched out on me, and basically I couldn't move forward in the game. Then, of course, they released the Game of the Year edition, fixing the bugs, but I still had to replay it. They actually re-released it on Xbox One, but I never bought it. Dark Sector is fun as well. I enjoyed the original Dead Rising because of its similarities to Dawn of the Dead in the mall. Thanks for sharing. Did I play the first Dead Rising? I don't think I played it that much. I played 2 and 3. 2 I love, and 3 I love. Yeah, a lot of people like Dead Rising, the first one, because it reminded them of that movie. Is there a lot of games that you play sometimes and it reminds you of a movie? You know, maybe the setting, and you're like, you know, that reminds me of a movie. And sometimes you love a game because, unlike a movie, you know, games are interactive, so when you get in the game, you're like, okay, you can pretend like you're in the movie, right? For the longest time, I wanted a decent Walking Dead game, because I followed The Walking Dead. Like, remember the great sports. How hard would it have been to make, like, some kind of a role-playing game, or an action-adventure game, actually with the Walking Dead characters? And I'm not talking about that steaming pile of shit with Daryl and his brother. Okay, not that steam and polish shit that I forget the developer that made that. Terrible. Like, what waste of potential. Show me any other franchise, like any other huge franchise at the time, that did not have an actual video game. But look at what we got. I mean, we got the Telltale games, but that didn't even have Rick and the characters from the show. What a massive fail. I'd say I'm put on record as being the biggest fail and waste of potential from a TV series not having a game ever. And I say waste of potential because there was Walking Dead games, but nothing of value, of substance linked to the show. I'll never get over that. Never get over that. SirBot42. Fucking Miss Tourette's guy. Truly the golden age of the internet. Still quote him to this day. I had never seen Tourette's guy until you left this comment, but I did. And I'll say one thing. It feels like the voice was ripped off. That I think, what's his name? Filthy Frank. I think he kind of ripped off Tourette's guy. You know, that voice. But what were some, and it's really weird. If you look up best of Tourette's guy, it's hard to describe. It's like a guy that, he's playing a character, by the way. He's playing a character. A lot of people thought it was real, that he actually had Tourette's syndrome. You'll probably see him with the lawnmower and having trouble with the lawnmower. Shit. Bob Saget. Fuck it. I did his voice really, really good earlier. Trust me, I did, right? One great scene had him, and he had, like, there was sweat on the stomach and the chest of the shirt, and they said, Dad, it looks like Mickey Mouse. What? Who who the hell's Mickey Mouse? And it was like, Mickey Mouse, the cartoon character. Oh, this is tit dirt. And he was mad at his wife or girlfriend. He said, bitch, I hate that bitch. I'll tell that bitch right through her tits. And the funniest, I don't know why it's the funniest thing he said that I laughed the hardest at, is somebody ran in and said, hey, your son, he fell down the stairs. Then Tourette's guy pauses and he's like, well, tell him to quit it. It's really funny stuff. I recommend looking up Tourette's guy. Wait a second. When I picked up the phone, the mic's on the other side. Shit, fuck, shit, ass, tips ahoy.